Hey, Chief Schmidt, Dude Build It here. We just wanted to give you a quick update on where we are with the prototyping stage. What you see here is an Arduino Redboard controlled LCD scrolling message board. Ideally, this is what we want it to look like, the final project. You see you can have your message scrolling across at whatever speed, at whatever brightness you'd like. The Redboard is a relatively inexpensive controller. It only runs you about $25 to $30 for each Redboard. So ideally we would only use one and then use the Liquid Crystal library to program your message.
Over to the right, we have our scrolling letter that is the base to what our final board is going to look like. We want letters about this size, and it is controlled through the Arduino Redboard, just as the LCD board was. This is through the Adafruit library on Arduino, and it is relatively simple to code and very user-friendly when you want to change the message that you want displayed. So right now we have just a letter T scrolling across our prototype here. It's scrolling at all the colors possible, so if you want to let us know which color would be best or which one you preferred, definitely contact us and we can make that happen. And David will talk about how we want to maximize the letter size on this prototype here.
Yeah, so as Buck said, we really want to try to get as many letters in this matrix as possible. As you can see, we have a 5x7 and it's scrolling from this side to this side. And we really want it to scroll about the rows instead of the columns because we can fit more letters in there because there are two more LEDs right there than as opposed to here. So we'd be able to fit like an E, for example, a capital letter E, and so on. So we need to try to find the code to do that, and we should be making good progress on that. Furthermore, here is one of our failed projects. These LEDs did not work, so Jesse will talk about how we purchased new LEDs to make them work.
The LEDs we purchased were individually addressable. They run you $30 for about 150 of them. Relatively cheap and relatively user-friendly. They come weatherproofed. Unfortunately for our prototype, we got to take the weatherproofing off, but we're hoping we can install that back on. Even if we can't, we think we're going to go an acrylic glass front to maximize visibility and protecting it from the elements. Over here we have two designs we initially thought of for the models. We 3D printed this tabletop design, but we realized it wasn't as friendly or user kind. We settled on the dual bipod model. We think this maximizes mobility, portability, and simplicity. We're hoping you can take all the legs off and kind of put them together. Maybe even we're hoping potentially even wrap the LED matrix up, and you could even carry it under one arm. Really easy setup, really light, super efficient. It's coming along really nicely. We're currently on budget. I think you're gonna have a great project ahead of you. This LED board's turned out really well. Thank you, Chief Schmidt.